What is up, YouTube? It's the Dirty Harry back here with a new video. This video, I am going to give my thoughts on the new design of the WWE title that was revealed by The Rock on Monday Night Raw. This does not mean I'm going to watch Monday Night Raw. I'm still not in on it. But let me start by giving a thanks to Brian LG 100 for letting me know that this happened. We've all been waiting to see what the new title would look like. I've looked at the title, I watched the ceremony and whatnot, and I'm gonna give my thoughts on it. First off, if you want wrestling, NBA, anime, drama shows, games, everything I'm into, subscribe, like this vid if you enjoy it, dislike it if you hate it. Either way, I don't really care. All right, now let's get into it. The new WWE title. I think the new WWE title is an upgrade from the spinner design, but when you hold it up to the older titles, the Winged Eagle, the Undisputed title that Lesnar, Eddie Guerrero held, it looks mediocre. I think that fans have been waiting so long to see the spinner belt be discarded and replaced with something new that they'll just take anything at this point. I think if we got the Divas title or Jeff Hardy's silver design title that he's using now, that they would have ate it up and said, "Oh my God, it's the greatest thing in the world," just because it's something brand new. But when you hold it up to what used to be, it looks like ass. The thumbnail I used for this video is similar to what I personally was hoping the title would look like. Something like that. At the end of the day, though, it is a step in the right direction, but that's not what I feel a world title should look like. And it's like, well, who am I to say what a world title should look like? I'm not a wrestler out there busting my ass, but I put money into that company just like y'all motherfuckers have, for starters. And also, wrestlers have stated that world titles shouldn't look like Cracker Jack toys. You know, is this a good title? I mean, it's okay, but it's not a great one. It's not something that I would want to carry around in public. It's a big giant W. It looks generic. It doesn't look prestigious. It doesn't look like a belt that I would beat another man to a bloody pulp for. It doesn't look like something that a gladiator would die for. You know, um, the best looking championship we have ever had was the WCW World Heavyweight title, also known as the current World Heavyweight title. Because, and I'm not trying to promote no religion, I'm not trying to insult anyone's religion with this comment, but that title is the holy Quran of wrestling championships because it has never been changed in any way. The overall design of that title has never been changed. And you may say, well, the NWO spray painted over it, but the overall design of that belt has remained the same since the dawn of time. That belt has lasted for ages. That's how a champion should look. You look at the Stanley Cup, design and shape always been the same, but they just add more and more layers onto it, which only increases the prestige and the legacy of it. The NBA Finals trophy, the Larry O'Brien trophy has been the same. Ever since I was a baby, it's always looked like that. You know, damn, it's like that. I mean, that's how a championship should be. I'm not saying it's wrong to change titles, but you go from what used to be to a spinner belt, and it's like, well, at first it was cool because of what was going on in the world. 8 Mile had taken off, John Cena's character had taken off pretty well, so it was more of like a gimmick to go with them. But then the title just kind of stayed that way, and it's been that way for about a decade now. But it felt like a toy, and now you got this one. While it looks more like a championship, it looks too generic to be a prestigious championship, in my opinion. The only question I have about this is the side plates. I think it's the same question everyone has. If you look at the side plates, you see the Rock signature Brahma Bulls on the sides of it. And I'm okay with that. You know, it puts his own personal touch on the belt. Kind of like NBA championship rings, you know. They get, you know, their own personal designs based on whatever team wins it. But what's going to happen to the championship when CM Punk wins it? Are we going to get, you know, the fist with the lightning bolt? You know, when Cena wins, are we going to get hustle, loyalty, and respect on it? You know, I think that's the big question that everyone has. And that's kind of where the belt starts to fall flat for me. It feels too gimmicky because of that, you know. The title should never be altered in any way, not to increase someone's character, not to enhance anyone. The wrestler should be over enough if you're going to give him the title in the first place, that he shouldn't have to alter a title. You know, and I remember the Attitude Era back in the day. You know, Austin had his version of the title, Rock had his version of the title, and that was cool back in the day. But right now, it's like you're trying to reestablish yourself that, you know, wrestling ain't dead, and it's just become gimmicks and bullshit now. You know, in the end, it's an okay title, but it's not a great one in my opinion. You know, it's not really a good one. It looks like a 5-year-old designed it. You know, my two top titles of all time will always be the Eagle design and the World Heavyweight title. And as an honorable mention, the Hardcore title from back in the day with the shattered plate. And I know some people are like, what? Why would you say that? It's because the title, it looked like what a hardcore title should look like. It fit that hardcore culture, you know, that backyard wrestling, that beat a guy's face in with thumbtacks. It fit that mold, you know. And that's all I've got, you know. This one, it looks too generic to be a championship, but when you compare it to the spinner belt, we'll take anything in comparison to that. It's just I don't want to see CM Punk in the future of the WWE walking around carrying his Cracker Jack title for the next decade. You know, just replace it with the World Heavyweight title. Fuse the titles back together because, you know, the only championship people even care about nowadays is the WWE title. And that's all I've got. Let the World Heavyweight title replace this one.